maybe a bit like rating your own. Well, I don't know. We have a saying for that in Dutch, like when you're judging
Blowing your
your
own
own
horn.
stuff. Yeah. Might be a
Okay.
bit too much overlap there. I don't know. But
So let's go vote our stuff up. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah, I just realized, like, yeah, okay, yeah, that may be. There's like 4 proposals by Phil, so.
Yeah. Look, I tried to direct you in other directions, guys.
Okay. So first one, Governance Core Laboratory by Mike McNulty. Problem, on-chain governance presents novel challenges and remains difficult to change. How might we make and learn from our mistakes together? Low stakes laboratory for experiments with novel organizational structures and process-free. Well, a good thing here is that I know it's feasible because I already know Mike and he's doing great. Problem is, yeah, practically for me it's like not just difficult but impossible in some areas. But learning from it is like, yeah, that I think this is, we effectively want to do that, and my assumption is that he wants to create like reports or results where we can just look at it and see what do we learn from it.
That's something that I would like to ask everybody, like how relevant it is for each of you that you know the person, right?
It makes it easier, but it's not really relevant.
As in voting or?
In voting.
Yeah, I think you...
For me
it's
personally,
very relevant.
It's a huge bias. It really gives me a big bias, knowing the person and knowing their involvement.
Yes, and I think that's okay as a voter, right? I think as a CA, I try to avoid reviewing, but as a voter, if I know the person and I believe in their way of thinking and their process, and I've talked to them about what they imagine, that adds significant more weight than what they've written in a proposal for me.
For me, it's significant because obviously, you can filter proposals in this way because you just know the people. But the main things that I take into account is about the feasibility, because if I know a person, I know if they if he is a serious person, basically, if he can deliver what he is proposing. So in these terms, probably it makes sense.
Okay, how we go? Like I would vote yes for this, even though I didn't fully read it. I already get that it's going to be like, he's talking about models and patterns, and so what it's going to base it on, though, what that suggestion, maybe that would be interesting. Is it based on what are we voting on, or it's in general?
Well, I think interesting question for me is because it's something I'm also wondering when I would be proposing, is because this is like an additional proposal to something else, right? It says in the start. So it's like there's like a base proposal and this is some addition to that. But then for me, it only makes sense to sort of start with the base, and then if I'm voting yes on that, then see if the other additions, I want to add them to it. Because it said something, the catalyst catapult, yeah. So then I would start there and see if I would vote yes on that, and then decide, does it need that extra step at the moment, or do I see the added value?
But I guess in isolation, you could take it that if he doesn't get the funding for the catapult, then this would become like a research space to explore some of this governance, on-chain governance issues. And maybe he needed to write the proposal so that it wasn't so linked, but that would be his learning from this, maybe.
Yeah, I think in this particular case, we don't have a lot of proposals, and we have, let's say, a significant budget, right? We have what, 100K, right? And I would say yes, and then go through all of them and then see, you know, if there's no space, you know, within the budget, then maybe no down the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will also vote for yes right now, but like saying it, like what Phil said, it's a bit too vague, like it also says here. So we don't have like a specific thing we are going to test, which it's just gonna start from somewhere, but we don't know the starting point right now. Anybody wants to write down vote because of that, actually, that it's not specific enough? Or you all agree to upvote it because later we are able to actually see the whole list and compare with others, and so we can, I assume, take it on later off.
I guess we could also leave it as an abstain and come back to it as a...
If you leave it abstain, will it go to the list of where you can see all at once what we voted for?
It'll just be off the list because a no vote or an unvote is a abstain vote.
Okay, so that's why I'd rather put it in. Okay. Then
there you
I'm gonna put it in a down. I will see down votes and up votes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody against down vote?
Sorry, Michael. No, we'll come back to it.
And I'm gonna write that. Okay.
Also, of course, it's perfectly fine if we don't agree on some things. That's the point. So yeah. don't be shy.
Tutorial for community advisors. The rapid growth of Catholic increases the need of good community advisors. Otherwise, the poor assessment. So this is something I guess already speaks to the Catalyst school. A tutorial onboard new tech, ensure the high quality, make decisions. So we do have like these, like written feedback, but we don't really have any kind of video feedback unless we talk about town halls themselves and swarm sessions now. So we continuously grade it, but I guess that's really focused on rating like educational resource and with teachers and stuff covering all the areas.
Did he put it relevant experience 10+ years in marketing university degree? Does that mean he studied for 10 years? Gonna have to talk with Dominic.
I think it's a formatting issue in the voter tool.
Ah, okay.
It's 10 years in marketing and then university degrees in marketing and communication.
Well, all the community advisors like that. That's for sure. Assuming that, but I kind of get the bias. Like when a community advisor reads it, then he maybe thinks that other advisors are so bad. That's why we need it. I don't know. That's overwhelmingly positive, though. So. And 10,000.
Yeah.
I like it in a sense that we have this Catalyst school coming up, and that would already like kickstart the resources for bigger picture. So I would vote yes for this. Any objections?
Yeah, it is a little bit of an echo chamber maybe here because again, you know, we know each other. So yeah, I would definitely vote yes for Dominic. I know what he does, so.
Yeah, I totally agree. And also I think that we have to consider that this proposal was submitted some 2 months ago. And the need it's of some educational content for community advisor. It's the same now. It's huge. We need stuff like that. So for me, it's yes.
Yes, very.
So hand up vote. Now next one. Social spider web. How do we diversify and increase participation? How to build? I don't like problem statement which starts with question, but that's fine. To build the participation, we need to build trust by utilizing social media and group gatherings. Yep. I work healthcare and I am educator. Okay.
Yeah, I watched this proposal and you know, 7 degrees of separation. It's okay, but I did struggle to find like real steps. There's like a targeted ad campaign and then buddy system and then money for that. I don't know. I just also relevant experience. I work in healthcare. I'm an educator. Okay.
Yeah.
I think is English not his first language, maybe, or
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Social media target ad campaigns. So his goal is to just make a lot of ads to diversify and increase the participation. But the problem is that even if you like create ads and say, hey, join Cardano, make voting, like we kind of do it already. And yeah, I do feel it will get more eyes on it, but
I think you can spend 15 grand on doing something better.
Yeah, I agree.
The interesting part is about the analysis, AI analysis automation, but it's not really explained in depth.
No. No.
And again, this might be our bias as well, that we haven't had so many interactions with him. So, but also again, that also shows participation inside the community, right? So if you're going to work on distributed decision making, maybe being visible in the community is a good place to start to know what the problems are.
It's all about building reputation, right? But it is pretty vague in the beginning.
Yeah, I wouldn't go so far to like vote no for it. Like as a voter, I would abstain. But me personally, I reserve my no vote for like something that is like borderline scam. That's the only time when I use no's.
Sure, it's probably a good idea.
Well, right now it actually didn't vote, I guess. I forgot to vote.
No, we'll leave it as a abstain, I think, right?
I added these cards for you, Timo.
Okay.
Because you asked it. You asked for it.
Yes, thanks. Yeah, for the people who gonna watch this and probably like to see that actually a valuable information to see from inside community that some people might not get, and like who do we see in this community or doing stuff and asking. So yeah, anyway. Obstacle prevent fund proposers from expressing themselves in Cardano community and community advisors from reviewing proposals. Prevent what obstacles? Okay, we are proposing making improvements to the idea scale platform will allow the Cardano community to make better decisions.
Sounds good.
Okay, so they are okay.
Yeah.
It has served over 10,000
So,
large.
For me, the main thing about idea scale was that identified three things that three categories of things that they should be improving. The first one was their system in general that improves the life of everyone in their software. They should be doing that all the time. The second one is things that improve Catalyst that also like improve their system for Catalyst that don't cost much to do. They should be doing that as community members. And then there should be funded ones which are super important to us and only to us as Catalyst community. They are the ones that they should be asking money for. I think they've completely missed the mark with this proposal. They're just saying what, a text editor, I think it was from memory, and like.
Oh, okay. So this was I mean, this was proposed by an idea scale development team, right?
That's Eric's the CEO, I think, of Idea Scale.
Eric's the CEO of Idea Scale. Well,
Rob is the CEO.
Oh, Rob is the CEO. Yeah, sorry.
Well, okay. With due respect to them, that would be a no from me.
Yeah, I don't mind paying them to do some stuff, but it needs to be a lot more impactful than what they've offered here.
Yeah.
And a lot
complete overhaul, you may ask.
Sure, but I'd want to see some stuff done in category 1 and 2 before we start paying them huge money to fix category 3 stuff. That's my opinion on idea scale in general. The other thing is as long as IOG is paying for it, I don't think I as a community member don't mind using the tool, but as soon as we have to start paying for it, I'm going to analyze the shit out of what they're offering. That's what I'm saying anyway. Yeah, it's a big no for me.
I agree. For me, it's a big no too, because I think that there are a lot of problems in idea scale that should be addressed at first, and also I think that the amount it's not fair for the stuff that they want to add to the platform. It's too much for me.
But markdown for the text editor, that should just be quality of life for all users. I can't imagine how they think 10 grand to do that.
For me, it would be like if you don't improve it as a community, we will build something better, and then you don't have a customer. So
well, exactly.
And making like, hey, like trying to blackmail us to. It's not blackmail, but it still feels like
sure. This is one of the worst written proposals, I think.
Information about Project Catalyst is difficult to digest for many. There is minimal good visual resources to explain complex concepts. Problem solution. Great visual resources. Yes, my robots. And to continue the series of infographics visually describe Project Catalyst from Fund 3. Oh, that's a continuation from the Fund 4?
Yeah, I think it was meant to be Fund 4, wasn't it?
Yeah. This is a good proposal. I just don't like the guy, you know.
Yeah, me too. I love this CA was quite cutting.
It's not clear how great the Neverest explained sharing state meets the challenge of improving distributed.
But Phil, was this one? Ah, yes, where you create like small infographics. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and you have this lady that does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any specific things and did you wrote down what infographics you're gonna make, or it's something one time you see relevant and then you just
with the first one I had 4 specific ones, but then those have moved since I said them. So in this one I left it more open, which was challenging for some CAs because I wasn't specifying exactly.
Yeah,
but
I would also want more specification on what exactly you want to measure and show to people.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to have the Fund 4 ones ready already. So, but it wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at this, like you can see that Phil was, you know, either a CA or very, very active because he knows which buttons to push. You know, he knows that it's important. No, but it's a very good, like as an example. You have a cost breakdown that's straightforward, right? No bullshit, nothing. This is how much it costs. This is how much I'm paying. End of story. You're not asking for half of the budget. You have 3 or 4 different ones that ask for less. So 1 or 2 will pass, maybe all will pass, doesn't matter. It's a great example of accepting the system the way it is and, you know, making the most of it. I think that's, you wouldn't know that if you just came into the ecosystem right now.
I think this we could easily skip because this tool we are using right now is already very useful. And
we should just automatically in the tool have it pressed, you think?
Oh yes. Oh, yes.
Some fireworks when you open the proposal.
That's right.
We'll work on it for Fund 6.
Introduce bias right away.
Yeah.
It's not clear how creating a new site summarizing other sources for information reduces the cognitive load in understanding ecosystem. Would it be not better to clean up the official site? It would, but who's gonna do that? We can't do that.
Which one is that? Sorry.
Which is the official site? I don't know.
Okay, I assumed right away it was the Cardano.org website itself, but
I don't think Cardano has an official site as such. Like it's anyway.
I think the reference was to idea scale for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this Catalyst community page is a very good thing. It works. It's already there. You know, the product is easily seen. The money is justified. You know, go ahead. It's not even if it wasn't Phil, like it would be.
Community advisors spend countless hours shuffling around idle skill.
Yeah.
So will tools improve efficiency of the process? Also, something similar like this voting tool for proposals. Now you want to do another website for assessing?
We've already done that, Tev.
These are the CA, BCA, and proposer tool that was used for the Fund 5 assess and QA stage. Basically, there was an alternative to the Google Sheet stuff, and that was we developed some tools to do that.
I just realized I did not change titles.
And also, guys, did you consider not putting 4 of you inside the team?
What the heck happened?
What do you mean?
If you put 4 people in the team, in the proposing team, then if you want to get kudos, I will have to spend 4 kudos to give you an upvote.
Really?
But people don't know it. Just click, and we have 4 kudos, not just 1.
Yeah.
No, I think that is an idea scale problem that it should be addressed.
No, but you know why I'm asking? Because let's say I only have 2 kudos, and I cannot give you an upvote.
Yep, this is true.
So that's why I think maybe it's better to have like 2 people.
for what I see, for what I saw, for the proposal with more people are getting more kudos. Obviously, this is totally unintended. We didn't see, we didn't do it for this reason.
Yeah.
But I think that the outcome is the people just want to click on the kudos and assign 4, 5, 6 kudos.
Okay.
By the way, Mike, Andre, Martin, how do you feel about going quickly through this? Because as you see, there's kind of a bias already.
This is just a present Phil's proposals session.
I was just writing, nice to see you all, family duty calls. I actually have to go.
Okay.
Sorry, but yeah. Let's see.
So the idea was like, we're doing this collective, we're trying to doing a collective voting, but the challenge we chose, we kind of all doing, we all have like these proposals up there, so we can see clear bias on that. And since you are the outsider, have you seen these proposals? Are like I'm reading them and going through them, and does it feel like we are voting incorrectly, or?
I would add that this one's a little bit more on the fringes. It's kind of like a full experiment to see for like a side treasury model. It's more out of personal interest than anything in particular. So if it gets funded, I'd love to see it in action, but if it doesn't, then
okay. So yeah. All right. Let's get back to voting. So because I want to see the end result and see if we could get all funded. Obtaining funding through existing project catalyst funding model is slow and overbearing. How can we explore options to make it faster? Great side treasure to explore different funding models. Distributed decision making. Okay.
And you see how smart he is. He only asked for 7K.
This case one. But it's interesting. We also did the same thing for Fund 5, but we did it in a developer ecosystem, and I think Philip did also kind of similar treasury model.
I just had an idea. I never sent an actual proposal.
Ah, okay. So why did you put it in distributed decision making? Is this something based on?
So I can be a CA as well.
You see.
For me, it's a no after this answer.
Yeah, or people are already, because for me it's kind of same. It's like kind of wrong area.
Is it though? Because aren't we? This is like at the moment the voting. I'd argue that the voting is where the decisions are made, and this is a alternative to voting. So this is a co-funding process, so that you would make a decision on what gets funded based on putting your own ADA towards a project. So it for me it fits clearly into distributed decision making actually. Beside the kind of
Yeah, I did ask you a question on this, and you know, what if say 20 projects apply to your fund? How do you decide who gets funding? And you said, yeah, that would be a great problem to have. But I mean, that would be a nice way to practice decision making within that, you know.
Yeah. And look, it's an experiment. If it gets funded, we'll have to expand the experiment to actually make it work. If not, I will rejig the experiment and put it in again and see what happens. Sorry.
Oregon.
But what are the projects? What
the projects or anything? So I applied for $800 for the first infographics, right? and then waited 4 months to get the funds. Whereas this thing could be decided in a week, and the funds could just be released. Bang, off I go. The infographics are done and ready.
Like people themselves make a proposal, and that team, you and Victor, are going to decide is that proposal going to get funded, or
if we get more than 10, yeah. I mean, we as each one comes in, we'll decide whether. Well, the other thing is we could just let the process run, right? Like we have $10,000 or $7,000 to add. If they can encourage other people to add to their project, the ones that hit their targets get the funds first, right? I don't know. There's many models that we could play, but there's like you don't know until it comes to be, right? Like no one can say whether this is a good or a bad idea until we make it happen.
Yeah, I can't understand, because it's the kind of same pitch I did, but I was just asking 20,000. You're just asking 7,000.
Well, then I'd go with mine because it's more impactful. Yeah.
Okay.
Do the same sort of thing, but yeah, I'd like to see more experiments in this space, right? I'd love to see maybe even a whole challenge set aside to how can we make side treasuries, right? Like that would be cool.
Okay. But you know why I like this? Because if you say, I don't know, maybe 500 per project or something like that, right? That would be cool for like small operational tasks that need to be done, that don't take so much time. I don't know, cleaning up the Discord, or I don't know, some small operational things that just need to be done. And people, that's a very low level for people to get engaged, get some money, and get interested to continue working.
Exactly. And I mean, the model that I put forward is a co-funded model. So the community would have to also choose to fund that activity. Or you could choose to fund it yourself, right? Like that was a possible gaming of it, that I could just put forward my own $500 worth and pull a free 500. That is a problem. Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, look, I'd be happy if it was downvoted or upvoted. I'm not really attached to it. I just want to. It's like a breaking open.
We can upvote it, and for the sake of the fund being 100K, and we have in total 13 proposals, there's room, right? That's why I would say, Tivo, that maybe your thing is you put it in dApps and integrations, or
developer ecosystem.
Developer ecosystem is much bigger and much more, it can get lost there. And here, as you can see, it's 13, 4 of them is filled. So,
If you go up, you can actually go to your pick list, go to the top of the voting thing.
Can we do it later? Because I think we are almost there.
But we can see how much funds we've already assigned, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we have many.
My pick list at the bottom.
We have 40 more, I think.
Down the bottom, I think.
Yeah, we have 51,000 left.
All right. Cool.
Then upvote, yeah.
Well, that's right. Yeah, mics can go in there then.
Okay.
33 grand.
Adagav. I like what they do, but the problem statement is kind of weak.
Maybe go to the idea scale, I guess. What's this? How are you silent guys finding this, Martin and Andre? I mean, we're kind of just stroking our own proposals here.
I kind of like it watching how you work with the tool.
Okay, cool.
But you just went to the total amounts allocated. Mm-hmm. You like
it keeps
my vote list?
Yeah, it keeps a running tally of how much of the available funds you've assigned, but it's only a guide. You can overvote. you don't have to stick in that. So you could vote for everything and be overfunded because your vote still counts, but the funds at the end will only be assigned to the projects. But it's just a guide. It's nice.
Where do I see how much I already funds remaining here? Okay.
So is that a good idea to generally put in like a maximum amount fundable?
Well, that's a very good question, and I think it's challenge dependent, because this challenge is, I would say, in my choice, we wouldn't even, if I vote for everything that I want to vote, I would not reach 100K, right? But if you look at the dApps and integrations, you may very quickly reach, I don't know, 250 or 400K. I don't know how much is there. It depends on the challenge, and it depends on your worldview, I would say. You know, maybe if I was in Phil's or Victor's place, I would select my 4 proposals and vote no for everything else, right?
That's a good idea, Philip. I hadn't thought of that. Thank you.
I have another.
You know,
I have another question. Your distributed decision-making votes have no effect on the apps and integration.
No, not
fund.
You vote with your voting power. So if you have 100 ADA or 1,000 ADA, you will always vote yes, no, or not voting, which is abstaining. Yeah. And all 100 or all 1,000 or all 10,000 will go voted for that proposal, yes or no. And then it gets reset and you vote for another proposal with that whole voting power.
Let's say, Martin, that we have this tutorial for community advisors, and I have 12,000 ADA and I vote yes, and you have 20,000 ADA and you vote no. So in this particular proposal, we'll have minus 8,000 ADA voting for it, right? So first condition for a proposal to be voted is to have a positive tally, right? It needs to be positive, more positive than negative votes.
And there's a 15%, which I found out about the other day. So you have to have, this is just getting into the nitty gritty algorithm of it, but the positives have to be 15% more than the negatives for it to be counted towards a positive vote. Okay. So it's not a 50-50, like it's not a 51. It has to be a 65-45. Okay.
I didn't know that. So.
Yeah, I was told this the other day. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that would be a cool goal to reach next time.
Yeah.
So when you're asking this question, you could vote. Let's say there's 250,000 available, and you think 4 projects are good. You could vote for those 4 proposals, even though the total is 1 million.
Yeah.
Your votes are still going to it, but it'll tally everyone else's votes, and that tally will decide who gets the money.
Yeah, so it's actually every proposal is just on itself. Yeah.
So it's does the community think this should be done or not is the first question, and then does it fit into the budget, and then it goes on a popularity contest first. So the most popular, the most upvoted will get the money first, then the second most will get the money, and then if let's say the third one it's now doesn't hit the budget because there's not enough, it'll skip that one and go to the 4th one.
Yeah, I got that, but not the threshold.
Yeah. So that's kind of that's kind of how it works. Look at Tevo working his magic on the Miro board. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Okay, let's take the other go, because now I want to hear what your opinion.
AdaGov, I would say my opinion is that it's not a bad, project, and it has potential, but it does seek for 33K, right? The third of the fund. I think.
I will vote yes, but later check if they is gonna push out smaller ones. But if it pushes for some proposals out, I'm okay with that.
As long as it's not the website, right, Tev?
Yes.
Just for context, Tevo is a co-proposer on the community website there.
I haven't actually read this one. But I assume everything goes under the same belt. Oh my God, 45 minutes already over. No way.
Oh my goodness.
Let's add 5 minutes.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it's a well-written proposal. It is theoretical, I would say, a lot of theory, but also very, it's a good proposal, and it's also written nicely. I just think, it's looking for 33K, which is a third of the fund. I mean, yeah, like Tivo said, we can put yes and then see how it goes with the other ones.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that as well.
Yeah, I agree too.
On my free time, I'm gonna do the reading there.
But did you vote?
No, I am up to voting right now. Ooh. This tool is amazing, actually. What the fuck? This makes it so much easier compared to how I did it previously.
Yeah, let's open the NFT DAO one.
Oh, I think the proposal itself is well written. But now the feasibility is kind of
problematic
itself. Yeah. Open source projects need scalable way to recognize reward and commitment and incent good decision making. Like
approach to tokenomics.
He's applauding open source projects, but with recent scandals, he's only applauding it because he takes them and privatizes them.
Yeah.
Yeah, also 38 active contributors. I think that number is smaller now. But like I said, when we held Idea Fest, Phil was, there are two Phils. One of the Phils was in my room and he presented NFT standard. I don't think it's this project. It's another project from NFT DAO. And he was very, very concise, and he had a nice presentation, and, but this project I would vote. I wouldn't vote no, but I would abstain.
On a contribution token.
But since it's a huge chunk of the treasury, funds. So if considering that
also consider that there are several NFT DAO proposals in the various challenges. So also have an overview of the whole funding impact. It's important, I think.
I would abstain. I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't say yes.
Yeah.
They couldn't change that.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like putting no for this, just to make sure that that even if somebody else, like if we don't vote no, then they're like it has, like, I don't want this get to be funded. That's the point.
It's a no from you, yeah.
So if I abstain, it can have like, I don't care, but I do care. It had a very negative impact, and I would like to show. But then again, how do you give second chances to the people? I guess they still have the funding money for like 30K. They could already build something and show and reorganize it, but I haven't seen it.
I think that's a very low bar for getting people money, you know, just to give them a second chance. I don't know.
I'd like to see more from them for the money that they've already been given before I'd start saying yes to give them more money. That's what I would say. Plus the amount that they're asking for. How much is it? Like 37% or something?
I think they asked 29K.
Okay.
And they got more funding on Fund 4, so...
Yeah.
I feel like they've got a bit of gaming the system going on with so many open proposals. So we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. It's very interesting.
What happened with the timer, Timo?
2 minutes.
All right. How many more proposals have we got to look at?
I think 2 or 3.
All right.
Yes, I wrote down my name here too, just to make sure that maybe some all don't care that because it isn't an example what do we expect from community, and
Where are we up to?
so, and the example is that we want to create
WADA, yes.
Why the yes? I'd probably read it over.
why did it get so low rating?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't written properly. I don't remember.
Second stage of a proposal. Yeah.
What is the second stage proposal?
As in that they've already got a proposal up there, I think.
Okay. So
Yeah, they get stick from the CAs, don't they? Anyway, we'll probably have to give them some more advice.
after the side project, well, we saw it today in the town hall.
Yeah.
It's fine. And A is doing something. Catalyst is currently centralized to a centralized component. Set in motion demonstration of Catalyst smart contracts come online. And
Okay.
I like where you go it, but how? Please tell me it's a good idea.
Is it currently centralized in a centralized company? Is that a correct problem statement? I don't necessarily agree.
Well, they hold the keys, I guess in that point it is, but they are more open than any kind of company at all, do I know. Okay, not any kind of non-profits are quite well too, but
Just
begin setting out framework to enable these parts only from proposals, diversity corporate review incentives to provide feedback to secure vote registration. I guess he didn't finish it.
There's not nearly enough information to make a vote there.
Dude, Dave, you dropped the ball.
So add 20 grand for an unfinished proposal. I couldn't. That would have to be a no to me.
I was hoping.
Oh, guys, could you do my project?
Sure.
Sure.
Do you want to send us a link?
Or
we can search for it, actually. Sorry, we can just use the tool to search for it.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm also working decentralized.
That's good. What's it called?
Paper wallet terminal.
Paper wallet.
I think you got to click back again.
paper.
There it is.
Ah, okay.
Lower.
Not that one, Theo.
Oh. More paper. Terminal. People need to way to transfer fiat currency to ADA when they don't have access to phone, electricity or bank account. A terminal at shop where a customer can give the shop owner paper money. The customer gets ADA wallet with the deposited amount. ADA wallet. So he gets the paper ADA wallet?
Yeah, that was the idea.
Like that 12 codes and stuff.
Yeah.
But how do you create without electricity? And you can create a paper wallet, but how can you create a transaction to that wallet?
Well, the electricity is in the shop, but a person doesn't have anything himself.
I mean,
Raspberry Pi.
I think it's easier to get a phone to a person than figure out the logistics. Like, okay, we could get the machine which is hard secured, or like, I don't know what you say, like how the person, okay, I guess he has to trust the shop that this hardware he's using to create the wallet does not make copies of that stuff. And then you get the paper, which is like, yeah, you can, it just adds a lot of other problems. You can lose it and stuff. But in the end, you want to take this paper wallet also to the digital. So you need computer or phone anyway. So,
or you can take it to another shop. You give the public
address
and you can use it.
I think you've essentially made a negotiable note if someone can prove that it's attached to a wallet, right?
Yeah,
You've
and
basically
you have an address so people can send you money.
Okay. I mean, Charles has talked about paper wallets.
Okay. That's actually a cool idea. Yeah. You go to the shop, you make a wallet. Yeah, because it would make it easier compared to, but yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, it's like
there an option in Daedalus some time ago that you can create a paper wallet and then it prints out a nice visual, like a bull or something with the keys. But now it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, is it gone?
It was in a testnet, I think.
I saw some YouTube video where Charles discussed it, so I thought it was available, but
yeah, he likes the old school methodology that you can do that like the original days of Bitcoin. So that's what he's trying to replicate in that space.
Yeah, and I thought that, well, if you have some shop selling stuff crypto related, you can get advice from the shop owner.
Yeah, I mean, I can see value to it.
Yeah, and it's in Grow Africa Challenge, I think it's a good place for it. You develop the hardware yourself, injection molding thermoplastic, nice. You charge your engineering rate like you charge it, which is fine.
I've talked to you about this before, yeah?
I like the fact it's broken down quite well. And then it's not that expensive, but I don't know how it will actually. I think it's worth to experiment, but my mind cannot right now see the value in it. I'm sorry.
I think that the value probably it's the involving a shop. It's a common use case for normal people. No, so in this way you can get people involved in the Cardano ecosystem. That people that currently are not engaged in any way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, because you are in the physical space, and this is an important gap to fill, I think.
So the problem actually, what you are solving is that the ADA is not physical. Because I don't like electricity or bank account and phone, and this is not, to me, it doesn't look like this is a solution for that, but it does like get great vouchers and coupons and stuff like what some people do. Like I know my girlfriend is like, oh, a coupon, oh yeah, sure, let's get that brain.
Yeah.
And now you have an option to cryptocurrency coupons or like something like that.
I would say in the wider space of the challenge, I think you have a decent shot. I mean, there are some heavy hitting, like WADA is asking for 125K for their project.
Yeah, you probably get wiped out by then.
And you're asking for 12, which is very, there may be projects who are above you, but because you're asking for less money, maybe that's.
Yeah, you have the potential for greater value than the 12 grand you're asking for, I think, in this proposal.
Yeah, but I would say it's a well-written proposal, and I think it's a good solution, and this a solution that's needed in Africa, I think, but maybe I'm wrong.
If you don't get funded, change the problem statement.
Devo will fund you.
To what do I need to change it?
Try perhaps more to address the physical space, like Lucio coined here, to have these like pretty much paper, like easy to access paper wallets. Because right now you're trying to solve that, hey, you don't have electricity or phone or bank account, then I think the easier solution to solve these, or the more impactful, would be to get some geo phone, what is like $40. If you don't have electricity, then anywhere, then it's gonna be, I don't know, complicated to even.
I also think you could pull in the idea of the shop into that problem statement as well, because your problems both for the like there's a problem that your device is helping the shop also achieve, which isn't written in that problem statement at all.
Yeah, in Fund 6, I'm thinking of doing just a general purpose payment terminal.
Okay.
Only then it can sell everything, including this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I still think you have a decent chance.
I think you need to promote your idea more as well, so that people can understand what it is that you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
No.
Tivo, I have to go in about 2 minutes.
You can drag and drop stuff, Tivo, if you want to reorder your priorities. Maybe you can.
Nah, I don't need. I think it's fine. Like this list will go. For me, it's fine. And I think we are quite, because we are not the only ones making a decision, I guess. And since we are not the major delegators.
So you would leave Mike as a no?
I'd pull him out of the no and bring him in.
Yeah.
I mean, we've still got 6,000 remaining if so. Council Mike's down the bottom in the downvote. And don't ever tell him that we put it in a co-laboratory. Government's co-laboratory. So there's can you drag it up to the other one?
You
Probably
mean
not.
here?
No, this is not possible.
Don't break it. Don't break it. Oh no, don't break it.
We will see this in the next episode.
Click the trash bin.
No.
And then,
Okay.
click the trash bin and then go back to the project and add it to the. Can you click the trash bin?
Why? But it says like you can add.
Yeah. But we've got the developers saying don't do it; it'll break it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then put it in there. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Did it,
All right, and now
did it come in or not? I don't think it came
No.
in.
I had to refresh probably.
Okay.
Rationale for your choices in this challenge. Friendly people. Active community members.
Really biased.
Yeah, really biased actor.
Basically, we all know each other. So.
Swarm members pick their projects for voting on.
Sorry, Mike.
Sorry, Mike. Yeah. Illustrative purposes only. But votes should not be done according to this. Illustrative purposes only.
I think that the method is it's good. It's obviously that the subject it's not probably the ideal, and probably I will spend a lot of more time reading the proposals in idea scale.
How do I share this?
So at the top.
But it shares everything?
It shares everything, yeah. So you can.
Okay,
so you
fine.
have to turn those off. Oh, you need a name for it as well. Oh, there's a little bug. So Swarm, maybe post Townhall, Swarm, whatever.
I'm sorry, guys. I need to go. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you.
Yeah, thanks, Phil.
Hopefully you get voted. I'll vote for you. So bye.
Bye,
See you,
Phil.
Phil.
Bye.
How are you finding the process, Sushil? Is that how I say your name?
Yeah,
Have you been watching us pick our own projects, man?
yeah, I'm trying to apply in Fund 6.
You're going to put a proposal in Fund 6?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm trying to learn more.
Okay. Are you in the Discord server?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, when it opens, definitely reach out and we can have a look at your proposal and see. There's some like proposal mentors and stuff around that can help.
Better.
Andrew, how have you found this process? Are you still listening in?
A lot.
Yes, I'm listening. It's
Okay.
just like not speaking because I was having dinner, and then I just like now I have a very small amount of ADA, so I really don't want to. No need to speak my opinion on this.
We'd still like to hear your opinions, but
yeah, but it was like interesting to listen.
Okay.
To you.
I like to know that we did entertainment. That sounds